Welcome back, Bio 111. Continuing on with the special senses models, we are now going to examine the model of the tongue, which includes two parts, a whole tongue and the various structures on the tongue, and then this larger portion, which is a microscopic view of the different taste buds in the different parts of the inner portions of the tongue here. So focusing in on the tongue model itself, we're going to start with number 1 towards the back of the tongue, this V-shaped section of taste buds that we call the Valate, V-A-L-L-A-T-E papillae. And I always kind of remember the name because they form like a little V. And then number 2 is kind of the flatter portions of the tongue in here. That's the fungiform papillae. Then number 3 is pointing to these little tinier raised dots on this portion of the tongue. That's the filiform papillae. Number 4, coming around to the side, you see these grooves in the side here? That's number 4. Those are the folate papillae. And then we come up to the top of the tongue, and looking down on the tongue behind the Valate papillae here, we have the linguinal tonsil, number 5, this area in here. Number 6 here, and here are the palatine tonsils, and then number 7 is the epiglottis. So taking these same structures 1, 2, 3, and 4, we come over to the microscopic view, and on the first portion here, this one and this one are an expanded microscopic view of the Valate papillae. Then we come over here and we take a look at number 2, which is a fungiform. And I kind of remember fungiform because if you take a look at it, it kind of looks a little bit like a mushroom. And the scientific name for mushrooms are fungi, so fungiform or fungiform. And then these little sharp pointed ones are the filiforms, so they're like little files, little filiforms. And then number 4, these long strips right here. Here's the number 4, but this is a foliate papillae. And then on this model in the middle here, here's a fungiform. But here you can see this whole structure in here. That's number 5, the linguinal tonsil. And then coming back to take a look at this and zooming in, number 6 is pointing to this little white dots all on the surface of these Valate papillae. Those are what we call the taste buds. And turning the model on its side, you can see the little taste buds down in the grooves here. Then we look for number 7, the mucosa, which is a layer that actually forms, the pink layer that actually forms the surface of the tongue. That's the mucosa. And then number 8, all of this yellow stuff, is the submucosa. Number 10, the mucus glands are these pink things here. So these are the mucus glands that secrete the mucus that help to coat the tongue. Number 11, the lymph follicle. So focusing in on here, here's the lymph follicle. So anything coming into our mouth on the surface of our tongue is met by the lymphatic system to test it for friend or foe. And then down at the bottom, number 12, along here, you can see it there. There's number 12, and following all the way through, that is the muscle, the skeletal muscle of the tongue. So that concludes looking at our tongue model.